What do you think about having? I heard you had some good mentors, Jack Gatto.
Never seen a guy like Jack Gatto, and now here comes your Chuck Stewart references from earlier.
Hold on.
Jack Gatto was, I would put him as one of my mentors, even though he was my dad's friend.
Okay.
And he worked with my dad, but he was the most unbelievably generous man that I've ever been around. I've tried to live my life a little bit like him now that I can afford to live my life. Around him, you never bought a dinner, and he could party with the best of them. And back in those days, I mean, I hate to say it because it's become so different, but back in those days, you had a college football game, you drank on Friday night. I mean, you'd go to Utah or whatever, and you would pound them. And Gatto was the best at it.
Well, it was only 2% beer.
Hold on. What do you mean by pound? Oh, you mean as a fan?
What?
When you say pound them before,
Pound
are you talking about you
Put
watching the
drinks
game?
back,
We would
Jack.
pound the cocktails.
Right.
I'm saying as a fan? Or are we
No,
talking-
no. You
As
had
an
the game the
official.
next day.
No,
Right.
we had a game the next day.
Right.
We had the game the next day, and Gatto would be like unbelievable. And he would drink vodka, then he'd go to Tuaca, and then the next morning we'd have a day game, and he would look like shit. Oh my God. How you can do it? And he would get in that locker room. And he would like look awful. And then he would bend over the sink and he'd splash cold water on his face and kind of slick back his white hair, and boom, the switch got turned on.
Sure.
And he was unbelievable. He was just a great referee and just so much fun.